Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the iBUG Buzz. This is episode number 570 for Monday, February 6th, 2023. I'm Maria, and I will be facilitating the conference tonight with Sandhya. This is an open forum for anyone with questions or issues with their iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Apple Watch, or Apple TV. For anyone who would like to become more proficient in using the accessibility features of these iDevices. In particular, we do focus on the use of voiceover and using various accessories. Certainly with voiceover are fair questions, but we give instructions using the voiceover screen reader. So welcome to everyone who has joined in tonight live, and to those listening to the conference, listening back via the recorded podcast playback. I will now turn it over to Sandhya to make some iBUG announcements. We have a lot going on. This is just one of the many events that we have going on in a month, and Sandhya is going to tell you about some of the ones that we have coming up, the ones for this week, and also how you can be connected with us so you can find out about all of our events and offerings. So Sandhya.
All right. Thank you, Maria. Yes, we have a busy week, so let's get started. For the next 2 hours, we're here at iBUG Buzz. Remember to stick around for the top of the hour where we have the big reveal for the virtual movie on Friday. Then tomorrow, Tuesday, all time central, and everything's on Zoom unless specified otherwise. For Tuesday, we have a Mac Buzz from 5 to 6. Then Wednesday, we're off. Thursday, we have the book club. We're discussing The Maid, a novel by Nita Prose, DB 106298. I would definitely encourage you to read it. It's got lots of plots and twists plot twist. Yeah, there you go. So it's really very entertaining and enjoyable. So definitely check it out. Then it's about 9 hours and 40 minutes. So get started. Then let's see. Well, Friday's the movie. iBUG Not a Virtual Movie starts at 8 o'clock for the audio described movie, 7:30 for social time, bad jokes, and name that tune. Then we have discussion and trivia after the movie. Then on Saturday, it's iBUG Cafe. You're thinking, what? I thought that's always on Sunday. And it's usually on Sunday, but because of this little game that they're playing. Have you heard of that little game, Maria? The Super Bowl?
I know something a little bit about it.
Yeah. So people are excited about the Super Bowl. So we are going to move our iBUG Cafe to Saturday from 4 to 6 o'clock, same time, but on a different day. We're going to be talking about Bard and Audible. So really good, important apps for those of us who love to read. So definitely come for that in-depth discussion. So those are the events for this week. We had a really good discussion at iBUG Unplugged. We did Love is in the Air. We had a really good time of sharing with each other, talking about different relationships and how people meet each other. And it was just really a really good time. So if you didn't make this one, we hope you'll come in the future, because it's just about sharing and getting dirt on other people. I'm just kidding. But it was lots of fun. Okay, then what's our social media, you might ask? We have ibugtoday.org is our website. That's the best place to get all the information. We have a Twitter, is at iBUG Today. We have a Facebook page, facebook.com/group/iBUG Today. There you can pose questions and help answer other people's questions. You can listen to our podcasts on different places, like our website, also on YouTube, and also on your favorite podcasting app. So I think with that, I will hand it back to you, Maria.
All right. Thank you, Sandhya. So with that, and I will concur that The Maid is a pretty awesome book. So I definitely encourage you all to attend that book club. With that, let's go around and introduce ourselves, saying our names and where we are from. So I am Maria in Albany, New York.
This is Herbie in Houston.
Hello.
Hey,
Julie, welcome.
Hang
This is Pete in Jacksonville.
All right. Let's see. Elisa, and who was the other? Was that Pete?
That was Pete. Yes.
All right. Awesome.
There you
Welcome
go.
to you both.
Vincent in New Jersey.
Terry,
Hello, welcome, Vincent and Terry.
Terry from Arlington Heights.
Terry Chanel in Houston.
Hello.
This is
And-
Dee, the southern part of Illinois.
Hello, Dee.
Yeah, Ed in Georgetown. Yeah.
Hello, welcome.
South
Oh,
end of
Daytona
southern
Beach.
Illinois. The southern part of Illinois.
There you go.
This is David from Houston.
Hello.
This is Jake from Michigan.
Jake, welcome.
Thank you.
And Southern California.
Hello.
Sharon from New York.
Welcome. Oh, and
Helene, Arizona.
in Arizona, welcome.
Janet in Colorado.
Yeah, welcome.
Liz in Fort Worth.
Hello. All right. Anyone else?
Jody in New Hampshire.
Hello, welcome.
Brian in Ontario.
Hello, welcome.
This is Sandhya, and I believe Marcia Summers also chimed in there somewhere.
Oh,
so.
I'm sorry. Welcome, Marsha. Very good. Well, then who would like to get us started? Who would like to have the first question or comment of the evening?
Elisa.
All right, go ahead, Elisa.
I accidentally added a person's name wrong. Do I go to the edit field to fix the mistake, or how do I go about doing this?
Right. How
This
to
is
edit contacts.
This is Janet.
Yes, go ahead, Janet.
Yes, you go into the contact and go to edit contact and recorrect it there.
Very good. So yeah, when you go to edit contact, it opens it up as if it looks the same as if you were adding it. So you're able
Right,
to.
but
It makes
it
the field-
has it has the name and all that in there, and you just correct whatever you need to correct. And I think there's a save in there. I think.
This is
All right.
Pete.
Go ahead, Pete.
Elisa, did you add a contact that you want to remove completely? Because there is a delete button in the contacts screen that you could use to completely delete it.
Elisa?
All right. Yep. Go ahead, Elisa.
I actually did add a contact I got the wrong contact for.
Mhm.
So there's a way to delete it when you go to the contact, you hit delete on the contact.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
you would still need to go, I think, into the edit mode. So pull up the contact and then tap on edit. And the delete contact is really far down, probably toward the very bottom, but that'll remove it altogether.
All right. Very good. Well, then hopefully, Elisa, that helps you out. And hopefully you can fix it, either re-add it or fix that existing one. Very good. Who'd like to ask the next question or make a comment?
This is Liz.
Go ahead, Liz.
The phone that I got is not the one I was supposed to have, but I still activated it. It's only at 128. Was that gig that you say?
Yes.
And it does not have enough memory. So when I check, because supposedly the right phone is coming someday soon.
Oh,
So everything that I use, it's like real slow because it's got to like load that and bump something else off. Now, supposedly everything's going on the cloud, but I'm kind of worried that not everything is there. I checked what backs up and I've got everything clicked, but I don't know if some of the stuff was lost when it transferred. But I did look at what is saved because it is backing up every day. And it shows like 34 songs and I have almost 5,000 songs. So I know that it's bumped that space. What do I need to do to check and see what I've lost and make sure that when I get the right phone, I get everything transferred to the right phone?
This is Herbie.
All right. Go ahead, Herbie.
So, when you talk about songs, are you referring to Apple Music?
This Liz.
Go ahead, Liz.
I think my husband is the music person and we have like, I don't know, 1,000 vinyl albums, maybe. There's big boxes of them, fancy boxes of them. So I think they're downloads from the albums.
Okay. I think what you're seeing backed up is any songs that you might have purchased, because the only way I know of to back up anything you manually import to iTunes is using the iTunes Match service, which is you pay for it. So it's an additional thing that you pay for a year, and that is for people that have manually imported things into their iTunes. And so if you do not have iTunes Match, then I do not believe that your iTunes imports will back up to the cloud.
Did I lose?
This is David.
Right. Go ahead, David.
Well, it sounds like you may not have enough backup space. Do you have the enhanced iCloud storage?
Well, I buy extra, and it's like I've got the 50.
50.
Whatever
Well, 50
that
still may
is.
not be enough. If you got a 128 phone, it's not going to be able to back up that entire data on your cloud. If you're filling up almost the whole phone with your music and apps and stuff. So you probably have to buy more storage if you want to have a cloud backup of everything.
Well, it shows that I still have like 75% of my storage on the cloud.
Oh, okay.
Or
So
is
it's
that-
not. So it's
Yeah,
not
or is
That's
grabbing
not
all the
backing
music.
up. This is Maria. I wonder, as painful as it might sound, I guess it depends on how many apps and such you have. I wonder if it might not hurt when you get your new phone with the correct, memory capacity to just kind of start it as a clean install and kind of put back what you can, rather than having to, dig through app by app and kind of figuring out what's there and what isn't. But I guess you would have to evaluate that depending on how much info. Who would like to ask the next question?
I got a comment about the last one.
All right, Jake, we'll take your comment and then we'll shift to another question.
Yeah, what I would do, honestly, is I would think about with the new phone, because it does have the extra memory. What you can do is you can load your apps that you have now and see if it runs a little bit faster, because it could have more RAM. And also, in regards to your music, if you get the iTunes Match, it will carry it over. If not, you'll have to plug it into the computer and get your songs that way.
All right. Very good. Thank you. Who would like to ask the next question or make the next comment? Pete, I believe if you would like to share, you had said you wanted to give a small correction.
Yes, thank you, Maria. On last week's iBUG Buzz, I believe Miss Bridget from Atlanta, and she, I think, often arrives a little bit later, so I'm not sure if she's on yet. Bridget, are you on by any chance?
I don't see her on, so hopefully she can review the recording.
Sure. Then the rest of us, Bridget asked the question, can you dictate a phone number into an add phone field in your contacts app, either when you're editing a phone number or adding a phone number in a new contact? Can you dictate that number? And the question was left after last week's buzz that yes, you could. You can do that. And that was in fact incorrect. Our crack research team did some extensive exploration into all of the databases that happen to exist on the face of the earth and beyond.
What an amazing team we have here at iBUG.
I know it's crackerjack. Our crack team has confirmed that you cannot, in fact, dictate a phone number field on your contacts app. So I just wanted to clear that up.
All right. Very good. Thank you for that. So hopefully the person can type out the numbers at least, hopefully.
Sure.
All right.
This is Dan.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. As you people all probably know, iBUG has a Trekkie Talk text message group. And I'm not really familiar with working with groups. I just do send text messages one-to-one. And so I noticed that on the messages, there was the announcement for the Trekkie Talk, and then couple of days later, I noticed there was a message that said, I can't find the link. So I thought, okay, there's got to be some other messages in between. I found all of the phone numbers for the group. But my question is, how do I access all the messages for that group?
All right. How to access messages in a group. Who would like to answer that?
Do me any good.
Sure.
There's got to be some other messages in between there.
Sure. All right, go ahead, Sandhya.
All right. So yeah, we come across this a lot when, we have a thread and, some people have each other's contacts. So the only way really is to, share, like if you can ask people to identify themselves, or, we can ask for permission to share their contact information. Some people don't care. Some people want to know who they're talking with. So we can try to work with that. But there is no real shortcut. The numbers are there. So unless you know who goes with what phone number, you'd have to go in and edit that contact for each person. So it's probably not the answer you want, but that's what we have to do.
Okay, but this is Dan, but wasn't there some messages in between your announcement and that message that said, I can't find the link? Just in between.
This is Sandhya.
Go ahead, Sandhya.
No, there wasn't anything in between, so you're not missing anything. Yeah, I did the announcement, and then something else came out a couple of days later. So no, you didn't miss anything.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
This is
Very
Jody.
good. Go ahead, Jody.
Dan, the link was in reference to the Resican flute on YouTube. So if you just go to YouTube and search for Resican flute, you'll find the link that everybody was talking about.
Who would like to ask the next question?
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
So was she using a standard charger or a wireless charger?
Good question. I think it's wireless.
So my guess is she probably didn't actually fully check to make sure it was charging, because with wireless, unless it's the MagSafe, you really have to be careful on how it's lined up. So I would try plugging
it was 100% charge. The charge in it when she turned it on, when she did get it running, she checked the battery and it was 100%.
Restart.
When she tried to turn her phone on in the morning, there was no response, nothing. It was just a completely blank screen. And she didn't know what to do with it. She's like 10 years old. So we went on the Apple site and it was hold in.
Yes.
The sequence was hold in the power, hold in the volume, and the volume up and down, I believe it was. And she did that, held it down. And after about 30 seconds, it came back on. And she was totally amazed.
Yep. But my original advice was going to be that I would still agree with this is where I would plug it into an actual physical cord and see what it does, because that might have re-energized the phone.
Okay.
When you plug in the phone, it automatically turns on the phone when you plug it into a physical plug. And so it would have been a default way of turning on the phone. And you would know if it turns on because it would make the bell sound and the vibration. And then the other thing that could have happened, so that's a good way to always kind of force restart the phone that way. And then if that doesn't work, then the reset like you did was the perfect option. The other thing that could have happened is there's several things that could have happened from the phone actually did turn on, but the volume was all the way down, to voiceover just did not engage. I mean, there's several potential things that could have happened.
All right, go ahead, Sandhya.
Just reminding people, we're not going to have like a dialogue here. I know it's a natural thing, but this is what happens when we start talking over each other and talking at the same time. I know it's very artificial, but that's how we have to do it. And I mean, Ed, is she using voiceover, or she's
no,
cited? Yeah, so
she cited, yeah.
So some of the things that she, you're getting the advice that may not even apply because she's not using voiceover, but most of them will.
Sorry,
but just keep that in mind. All right, let's go move on. Okay, thank you.
All right,
this is Vincent.
You, Sandhya. Go ahead, Vincent.
Yeah, I got a similar issue where actually the screen curtain turned on. I asked my son to check something, and he couldn't see the screen, so I tried to turn the screen on, and it would not obey the command. I could hear all the different applications that were in there, but no matter what I tried, I turned voiceover off. I tried the taps. I tried several times, and nothing worked absolutely. So what I ended up doing was powering it off, force quit, and then starting it again, and everything worked. But again, I didn't do absolutely anything. I was working on mails or messages or whatever it was. I hadn't done the screen, the blank screen gesture at all, and it happened. So something funny happened on the way to the circus.
All right. Has anyone had any kind of experience similar to that? That is very strange. All right. Well, I'm glad that you were able to somehow fix that. Wow. I would like to ask the next question.
This is Terry with a comment on a different topic.
Sure. Go ahead, Terry.
I just read an article that a friend sent about a problem that Apple, that 911 centers have been having with Apple. Let's see, certain, I want to say, with Apple watches and one of the Apple phones calling 911 for no apparent reason. And so they've gotten, this article talked about a resort where people were just waving their arms or moving their arms while they were skiing, and it was triggering 911. And this has been happening for quite some time. And, but then the problem has been when a person has fallen really hard and needed 911 to be activated, it isn't happening. So Apple knows about this problem, and they're going to have to make some changes or do some fixes and updates, and I'm not just sure what all, but this article talked extensively about problems that it's been having with the Apple Watch. It didn't specifically say a particular one, but it's a sensitivity problem with the Apple Watches, and one of the phones, I think it's a Series 14 phone, where the sensitivity is, there's too much sensitivity, but yet when you fall really hard and you need 911, it won't call 911. So I just wanted to alert people to that.
Right. All right. Thank you for that. That is very disconcerting. All right. Go ahead, Herbie.
Couple of comments. First of all, I know one feature that has been triggering the watch and that would affect the Series 8 Ultra and the iPhone 14 is the crash detection. But the other one, now thankfully I've not had the experience of a hard fall, but I've definitely had the trigger where if I do some sudden arm movements, I get this notification on my watch, and so you do get a notification that you can stop the countdown before it calls 911. So I have run into that accidental trigger, and no, that's not related to that's something else, but that's just ironic that an Apple alarm is going off. But I have dealt with that accidental trigger, and yeah, you just do a sudden jerk of your arm and suddenly you get this notification on your watch. We've detected a fall. And then the other thing that also has happened when you tell it not to call 911, it does ask you, did you fall or did you not fall? And I've told it, that I did not fall. So that way, Apple would get the feedback on the fact that, the movement it detected was not a fall. So that is my comment on that.
All right. Thank you for that. All right. Very good. Who would like to ask our next question?
This is Vincent.
Okay, go ahead, Vincent.
Yeah, I have a question. This concerns Siri. I used to be able to ask for directions with my phone, and it would open maps, and I would be able to get the directions, get me to my place wherever I was going. But now, and this has happened several times, not once, twice, three times, on a regular basis, that I tell it to get directions for a particular address, and I make sure that I pause and I enunciate clearly where I want to go. And I'll give you an example. I want to go to 41 Denison Drive in East Windsor, New Jersey. And Siri tells me, okay, here are the directions for 3450 Nassau Street in Princeton. And no matter how hard I try, I don't get to it. Now, at one time, I left it at that. I had an idea how to direct the driver to the destination, so went by my instinct. And eventually, about 4 or 5 miles into it, it kicked in. But I wonder if anybody else, I mean, the only option that I have found works is to go directly into the application, whether it's Maps or Google Maps, and do the search for the particular address that I am looking for, and then it works. But I'm wondering if anybody has had similar issues.
All right. So having Siri pull up directions. All right. Anyone have any experience with that?
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, one thing you might do as a workaround, if it's an address that you go to, more than once, you could actually put that in your contacts, and then rather than having Siri go to the address, tell her to go to the contact, get directions to the contact, and that might work. I know I have a problem because I live in Swansea, New Hampshire, and whenever I ask her directions, something to Swansea, she wants to take me to Swansea in Wales. So, yeah, that's she'll say
a little bit
it's
farther,
3,000 miles away. Yeah, it's a little bit farther. So, I
this is Vincent.
work around to put it in the context.
All right, go ahead, Vincent.
Yes. Many times what I have done is go to contacts, and if I have the address in there, I use that, and it automatically pulls the address. So the problem is not with the actual feature itself. The problem is with Siri. Somewhere along the line, it gets a little confused, a little mixed up.
All right. Anyone else? Any thoughts? It seems that we've been having. Go ahead, Shri.
So when you ask a direction, once the direction is given, is Siri still in play?
I have turned
Go ahead, Vincent.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is Vincent.
Yep, go ahead.
When it tells me that it's getting directions to whatever it is, 34 Nassau Street in Princeton, it actually starts giving me the directions to get there. Okay, and but the funny thing is that I think once or twice that I have disregarded the directions and I just left the application open, eventually it corrects itself, and now it is taking me to where I wanted to go. So it's the weirdest thing.
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
But to me, that sounds like it's voiceovers reading that information coming from the whatever the map app that you're using. I don't think it's Siri doing it.
Oh.
I think once you ask Siri the question,
go ahead.
It just gets the direction.
All right, Vincent, go ahead. I think you wanted to say.
Yes. Well, I ask Siri to get me the directions. So the directions are when I go to the application itself and I go into search, I can dictate the address and it gives me the address, and then I can say go or whatever it is, and it takes me to that particular address. But with Siri, it is automatically, it pulls the map and it takes me wherever it wants to take me. Swansea in Wales.
This
This
is
is Liz.
Let's see. I think I heard Sandhya first. And
Right.
then we'll
I
go
think
to
we
Liz.
have Debbie had her hand raised. Just a reminder, we don't use hand raise,
Oh,
so you may want to go ahead and call on her. So
Thank you very much for that. All right. So we'll go to Liz and then Debbie will go to you next.
Siri is fickle, and yes, Siri will stay active until you tell Siri to stop navigation. So yeah, Siri will do what Siri does until Siri figures it out. And that is a problem. And no, it stays active. You have to tell Siri to cancel navigation to get it to stop. If you've started a second app to start the directions, all of a sudden you'll have two people giving you directions on your device. That
This is
happens a
Vincent.
lot.
All right. Debbie, then you're next.
Yes, this is Debbie from Kentucky, and I've ever since 16 has come out, there's been a major problem with Siri trying to get it to do anything, because I'll say call so and so, and it'll say Joe's number is. I'm like, I know what his number is. I want you to call it. I've just had a major problem getting Siri to do much of anything 16 since 16 has come out, and I don't know. I haven't updated to 6. I know 16.3 is out, but I'm like, oh, what else have they messed up? Because every time they seems like they come out with something, they mess it up even more.
Yeah, 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing.
Something like that.
Oh, yeah. All right. Who would like to then ask the next question?
This is David.
Go ahead, David.
This is in the voice stream scanner app. So I used it quite frequently. I mean, I've used it very frequently, and I don't know when this started. It's been pretty recent, and I have it set to automatically update. So I don't know if when an update messed this up, but okay. So I use the, I scan the document and it immediately starts reading it, and it used to just read it, continuously until I either touch the screen or, mess with the controls. Now it'll read and then it'll make a little blip sound and kind of, the audio will kind of duck a little bit, and then it's almost like it's like refreshing or something. And so it's kind of annoying because you can't really concentrate because sometimes some of the words get kind of lost when it does that. You know what I mean?
So to clarify, this is when you are reading with the built-in text to speech, correct?
Yes, right.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I find that's the fastest way. You can kind of have it start reading, and then if it's something you really want to analyze, then of course you can go and manipulate the screen and do line by line or do with the controls, the rotor controls or whatever, but it seems like something has changed. I don't know if anybody's a regular user of that app, but
all right. Anyone have any comments? I don't tend to. I just use usually VoiceOver when I'm reading back a scanned page, so I have not tried this.
Well,
in terms of
this, David, how do you do that? Because it automatically does it. I mean, maybe I have that feature turned on. I guess you could turn that off. The auto read is that you don't have the auto read turned on. I guess I thought it was automatic. I didn't know you could turn it off.
Yeah, this is Maria. Yes, if you're using the standalone scanner app, like I'll use text to speech in Reader, but if you're talking about this actual standalone voice stream scanner app, I do believe that is a setting that you can turn off because I don't think I have ever had it on. I would have to check very quickly. Does anyone else know by any chance?
This is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
I don't have mine set to auto scan, but I do a manual scan. But I haven't had any problems at all with Voice Stream Scanner doing anything weird. And I know the app is updating, but I also say I hate to say this, but I also haven't updated my phone to 16 yet. I'm still in 15.7. And so I don't think it's a voice stream scanner problem. I think it might be, a 16
iOS
combination with the voice stream scanner problem. But,
Okay.
just the perspective that I'm not having any problems, but I'm not running 16.
Sure. Okay. And to follow up with, so there is David, in the settings, when you go into the menu for voice stream scanner and you select settings, and there is one that says read text automatically after capture, and I have turned that off. So that is indeed, you can set that to your preference.
Oh, this is David. That's interesting. Thank you. I've never been able to get it to do the auto capture either. I mean, it seemed like it did it early on, but like I always have to hit the capture button.
The
Like it
button.
doesn't, like even if I'm pretty sure I've got everything in the frame, I've got it really tight,
Right.
it will never do the auto, but like Seeing AI will. So I've kind of started using that one more because it does a good job of detecting all the edges, and once it sees it, and I'm almost become a fan of Seeing AI now because Voice Stream let me down, but I mean, I paid for it years ago, so it's not like I'm paying a subscription or something. But
This is Shri.
All right, go ahead, Shri.
Now, David, did you disable the corner recognition off of that?
No, I've got the recognition on. So that's the
I'm not sure which episode we did, but we did a deep dive look at that, and I think I demonstrated how to scan using the app. So you may want to check the cafe episode that we did the voice stream on.
All right. That is a reminder that is searchable on our website. If you go under podcast, you can probably just do a search because all of them come up. You can probably just do a find on that screen for voice stream. So who would like to ask the next question?
Elisa.
All right, go ahead, Elisa.
So when you search for an app, do you just search for it by the name of the app? And like say Uber or Lyft?
Okay, are you saying to search like an app in the app store or finding an app that's already on? I would like to talk about searching for apps on the app store. Okay.
This is Janet.
Yes, go ahead, Janet.
You have to type in the whole name of the app, but if you want to find the trick I found, if you want to find accessible apps, you go into the app store and type in accessible apps for the blind, and it'll come up with a bunch of accessible apps for us.
All right. Very good. Anyone else on that in terms of app store tips? All
This
right.
is Jody.
Go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've searched in the app store before, but you open the app and then you go to search, which is in the lower right-hand corner, and you bring up the search page, and then at the top it will say there'll be an edit box where it says games, apps, and that sort of thing. You tap there and then you type in Lyft or Uber or whatever you're looking for, and then hit the go button at the bottom right. Okay, this is Jody again.
Yep, go ahead, Jody.
Yeah, and another way, and then when you're searching on the home screen, really, if you have an app you want to open, you can just tell Siri to open it for you.
Okay. All right. Anyone else on this one?
Elisa.
Go ahead, Elisa.
Say if you don't want to search for apps like by yourself, can you ask SIRA to do it for you?
Sure.
This is Janet.
All right, go ahead, Janet.
You can use Siri to search for apps in the App Store.
This is Dee.
All right, go ahead, Dee.
Okay, my question is, I just got this Apple Watch a couple of weeks or so ago. And sometimes when my phone rings and the Apple Watch is ringing, I have to flick around till I hear it say answer call. There's no, and then tap it. Is there not a shortcut way to just tap it immediately, like your 2-finger double tap or anything like that on the watch to answer that call quickly? Because when I'm swiping around and the watch is ringing anyway, you don't hear it as well.
All right. Anyone have an answer for that one? The magic tap, I guess, equivalent on the Apple Watch.
This is Brad.
Go ahead, Brad.
I think you can just do the regular 2-finger double tap to answer the watch.
All right.
This is D.
Go ahead, D.
It hasn't seemed to work for me.
It hasn't worked. Okay. I will have to try it on my own when it does ring.
Yes, it sounds like. All right, go ahead, Shri.
I believe the answer call button is in the bottom right of your phone. I'm sorry, your watch. So if you just touch the bottom right corner, I think you'll land on answer call.
All right.
Okay, this is D.
Go ahead, D.
Thank you, Shri. That sounds like a good idea.
Who would like to ask a question or make a comment?
Ed, comment?
All right, go ahead, Ed.
The screen curtain question, could it have been that your brightness was turned to 0 along with your curtain on, and when you turned the curtain off, it was still blank?
This is Vincent.
All right. Go ahead, Vincent.
No, when after I restarted the now I don't remember if it was my iPhone or my iPad, it came back normal. So nothing was changed. And like I said, I was working on messages or mail when this happened, so I was not interacting with the settings at any time.
All right. Good tip there. Good thought. All right. Anyone else with a new quick question or comment?
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
Just checking to see if anyone has tried the Seeing Eye indoor navigation, and if so, how well it's working.
All right. Seeing AI indoor navigation, brand new feature. All right. Well, maybe Shri, then you can perhaps give it a try somewhere where it's possible and let us know.
All right. Thanks.
All right. All right. Anyone else? All right, well, I'll ask super quick. I might be going to a bit of a like seminar, kind of retreat, conferencey type of event, and if I wanted to record it on my iPhone, kind of discreetly, not that it's secret, but I don't want to like lug a bunch of stuff around. I'm wondering if folks have had. I'm guessing the internal mic would have some sort of ability there. It's omnidirectional, but I'm wondering if anyone's done this. Have you used like binaural mics or something, or you put them in their earbud types, or any
This is
suggestions for? Go ahead, Herbie.
So if you can still find them, the Sennheiser has a really good pair of binaural mics that are stereo, and you just wear them like earbuds, and you can use them with any app, voice memos, or a number of recording apps. So those are really good binaural ones, and they look like earbuds, so they're very unobtrusive. And they also have a transparency mode, so you can hear your surroundings normally while you're wearing them.
All right. I think those are the Ambios, right?
Ambios, yes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. Yes, I'd heard of them, but didn't know too much about them. All right.
Yep, they're just basic plug and play. So there is an app you can get for them to do firmware updates and whatnot, but it's not necessary.
All right.
So yeah.
This is Pete.
All right. Go ahead, Pete.
Just real quick, Maria, the iPhone built-in microphone is pretty good. What I have done in the past to keep it kind of secretive, or not secretive, but not obvious, conspicuous, is to turn on whatever voice recorders, for example, and voice memos, and then turn your phone upside down and put it in a pocket, say a side pocket on your purse. Now I would use my upper shirt pocket, and then I would have the bottom of my phone where the microphone is. Of course, there's a microphone at the top as well, but I would have that pointing out of the pocket so it gets closer, so it's not muffled by the pocket on your purse or on your shirt. And that works. And get as close as you can.
Right. Okay, and just point it. Yeah, thank you for that. And pointing it obviously outward in the direction of where the sound is. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. All right,
this is Shri.
Good. Go on, Shri.
That's exactly what I do. But I just turn the screen curtain on and turn voiceover off once I start the recording, so that it's not reading anything, and it works fine.
Okay, perfect. All right, very good. Well, thank you, everyone. Nice and simple. Yay. So with that, we're going to turn it over to Sandhya for the excitement of the evening that you all have been waiting for, which is the big reveal for Friday's movie. So Sandhya and Mr. McCullough.
All right. Thank you, Maria. The very good first half there. Covered a lot of ground. And now we're going to give everybody a chance to say hello. Anybody who didn't say hello the first time around, please say who you are and where you're from.
This is Brad. I'm in Dallas.
Hey, Brad. Welcome.
Greg in
Shri
Texas.
From Virginia.
Greg, welcome. Shri, welcome.
Linda and Willis.
Linda, welcome.
Kathy
from
Oklahoma.
Kathy and Paul. Just imagine. Okay, welcome, y'all. Who else?
Debbie from Kentucky.
Hey, welcome, Debbie.
Priscilla from Arlington, Texas.
Hello, darling. How are you? Good to have you.
Fine. How are you, sweetheart? Good to hear your voice.
All right, great. Who else?
Arlene, North Carolina.
Hello, Miss Arlene. Welcome.
Hi.
All right. Anybody else?
Karen from Philly.
Hey, Karen. Welcome. So now you know what's coming. This is the part of the show where we tell you what the movie is going to be, the big reveal for Friday night. And, well, who knows who's going to show up today? I have no idea. After the last couple of times, who knows? So, hoping, well, who knows what I'm hoping for. So here we go with this is Friday night at 8 p.m. Central for the movie. Pre-social time at 7:30, discussion and trivia to follow. So, let's see. iBUG guy, are you out there?
All right. Yes. I'm back.
Oh.
I understood my alter ego was here last week.
Oh, she was so
very scary.
Thoroughly enjoyable. All right. Let's do it. We have another great movie planned for this coming Friday. And to help you find out what it is, we are going to give you some clues. Like always, we have 5 clues, maybe 5. And each clue, you may have 1 guess per clue and 5 guesses total. And you must say your name before making a guess. All right. Are we ready for
Yep, nothing's changed.
All right. Clue number 1. Our rom-com this week takes place in Hollywood.
Oh, Hollywood. That's
and since we have over 40 people here, I want to hear some new people out there guessing. Our rom-com this week takes place in Hollywood.
Say your name and wait to be recognized.
All right.
Sharon.
You're not hearing anything.
Sharon said.
La La Land.
La La Land. Maybe. Maybe not. See you la 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 later. Thanks for playing, Sharon. Who else would like to take a stab at it now? All right. We are moving to clue number 2.
All right.
It. The film, It, pulses with life in a movie about making movies. Pulses with life in a movie about making movies.
Come on, guys.
This is Brooks.
This is Shree.
I heard Brooks first, then Shree.
What is Under the Rainbow?
Under the Rainbow. Could not this time go back to another far, far away land. Okay, Shree, I know what's coming now.
The Rocketeer.
The Rocketeer. Guess what, Shree? You are totally
wrong.
All right, moving right along. Right after that, wrong answer. What about clue number? No, did we have another guess? Did I hear somebody?
No.
All right, clue number 3. It is a transcendent experience. And no one who loves movies can afford to miss it. Ooh, yeah. It is a transcendent experience. And no one who loves movies can afford to miss it.
This is Dan.
Dan's back.
The Way We Were.
The Way We Were.
Wow.
That is such a good guess, but Dan, come back and play it next time. Thank you. All right. Anybody else?
Okay, move on.
Moving right along, says Jaja. Okay. It's about the film industry, which we already said, in a period of dangerous transition.
This is Shree.
Shree.
Is it Boogie Nights?
Boogie Nights. You got to sing it more. Boogie, boogie, boogie nights.
Oh, no. No singing aloud. Keep going.
All right. Anyone else?
This is Ned.
Ned, go for it.
Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the rain. Just singing in the rain. I don't know the rest of the song.
Don't quit your day job. Oh, he doesn't have a day job.
All right, Ned. What was your answer?
Singing in the Rain.
All right, Singing in the Rain. That would be another great guess. But guess what, Ned? Ding, 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 ding. Yes. That is absolutely correct. We are watching Singing in the Rain
Yay, Ned. Good job, buddy.
Gene
Yeah, the clue
Kelly, Debbie
transition
Riddle.
from silent to sound. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Cool.
There you go. Good way to follow those clues.
It's in Hollywood.
You can
Yeah.
be our next detective in our next detective movie.
Singing in the rain.
Oh,
Mhm.
next.
What a wonderful feeling.
What?
I'm happy
again.
Oh.
Turn
All
on the
right,
water.
all right. Let's cut all that out.
Yeah.
What
We
happened
get
to?
carried away.
All right, Johnny. What are you for tonight?
All right. I'm so confused now all about singing. I'm confused, but okay. For you, Ned, with the movie Singing in the Rain, we actually have 2, not just 1 prize. So the first prize is a scarf consisting of 50 feet of white China silk. I don't know what you will do with that, but I'm sure you will find something. And yes, you will not be missed if you wear that. Okay, and then the other gift is, of course, a raincoat in iBUG colors, of course. So there you go. Whatever you wear, you're going to be in style. Okay, with that, we will end this segment. Finally. All right. Goodbye, Mr. McCulloch.
Dancing away from here.
Okay, good. He's gone. I mean, okay, bye. All right. So if you missed it, it's Singing in the Rain this Friday night at 8 p.m. Okay, now we're going to go to iBUG Bites. All the silliness is over. Back to business. So, Miss Maria, what you got?
I am going to be talking about contacts and sharing a contact card to someone. And then what do you do when you receive that, for example, in a text message? Here. All right. So let me show you first where you would what you would do to share the contacts. So I have gone into my contacts now. You can use the standalone contacts app, or I have the same interfaces in the phone app on the contacts tab, and that's where I'm at. I typed in a search result.
Top name matches. Heading Sandhya Rao.
Look who it is. So if I double tap on this Sandhya person.
So search back button.
Now there is a share contact option here, and I found it's kind of more in the middle. I was trying to count, which I failed at right now, but I was trying to see if it was faster if I moved from the bottom left or from the top right. So I'm just going to touch
share contact button.
There we go. So what I just did was I kind of touched near the bottom middle of the screen, and I ended up on
send message.
That's just how it ended up being with the information I have for Sandhya. And so to the right of send message was
share contact.
The share contact, or to the right. I mean, it was the next item if I flicked to the right. So if I do select this share contact,
Sandhya Rao. Contact card.
I'm just flicking to the right for it to say contact card. And now what you will see if I just keep going
Tony
is basically your standard share sheet. These were contacts of people that I've like messaged recently or contacted recently because I have that setting enabled. And then if I kept going, you'd see message, mail, etc., standard share sheet. And then you would share this content just like sharing any other content that you would. So for example, with a text message, you would select message, then add your recipient, search for them, select the recipient, and then select the send button, unless you wanted to add some kind of text to accompany your contact card. But if you just pressed send, that would send along your contact card. So what does that look like now if I
contact filter close?
If I go into
apps, phone, messages.
I'm going to show you just an existing contact card that I shared with someone to show you what that looks like.
Conversation.
Oh my.
Search.
My apologies. I had this lined up and somehow it took me it took me completely out of my conversation. So I'm just getting back in there.
Sent with Siri.
So this is the prior message that it was sent with Siri where he's requesting the contact card from me. And then when I sent it, I didn't include any other message. So the only content of my message is this contact card.
Fill type contact card.
And so as you heard there, it said the name and the fact that it was a contact card. So if I go into this, if I double tap here on this contact card, it's going to
call, face, mail, pay, mobile.
You see here, this looks exactly like what the screen would look like if you opened one of your contacts. So how we add this to our contacts, if you were to receive a contact card like this, these options are at the bottom. So if I do a four-finger single tap, whoops.
Great. Update contact Meryl Schechter.
It says here update contact for me because I already have this person right in my contacts since I sent this card to someone. So that is an option. If I flick to the left,
add to existing contact, create new contact, share contact, send message.
Right. So again, the screen looks exactly like the screen would look if you were looking at one of your existing contacts, but at the bottom of the screen there will be, and this is consistent with what we talked about at the beginning of the call with the edit, with items like, deleting and such being at the bottom once you select edit. So near the bottom of all of these options are these options to create a new contact, or add to existing, or like I said, update them if they're already a contact. And so when you select one of those options, it will open the add contact screen, and if it's add existing contact, you will be prompted to search for that contact to update, and you select them, and again you'll see an editing screen with all your fields, and you can click add or update as the case may be. And so that is how you add that information from a shared contact card into the actual contacts on your phone. So with that, I am happy to take questions.
All right, great, Maria. Okay, anybody have any questions for Maria?
Sharon?
Go ahead, Sharon.
Is there any pros or cons to sending the contact by text as opposed to an email? Or is it the same thing?
Right. I've typically done it via text. I don't think I've shared it in quite a while via email. So I would suspect that it would work the same way if you're sending to an Apple device. I'm not sure if anyone else knows if it sends it as like a VCF or some such attachment, if the recipient received it on like a Windows device, say for example, what it might look like. I would have to try that.
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Yeah, the contact card is sent in a VCF.
A VCF.
Format,
okay.
So
perfect. That's what I figured. So yeah, that can be imported into different apps and such. So I guess it just depends on what your recipient wants to do. If they're wanting to add it to their phone, a text message might be faster, but if they want to add it somewhere else, you might want to use that email option. Go ahead, Herbie.
One advantage, though, to sending it over iMessage versus email is it's more secure, because emails are not secure, but iMessages are encrypted. So if you were sending the contact card via email, there's always the potential of somebody intersecting that contact card and using it for their own purposes as well. Whereas an iMessage, then less of a chance of that happening. So
sure. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Again, I think it just comes back to, if it's someone with an Apple device, then yeah, perhaps iMessage. If someone's wanting to import it into some other program, then email might, make more sense.
Thank you.
All right, good question. All right, any other questions?
This is Greg.
Go ahead, Greg.
I'm thinking, and I'm curious to have somebody confirm or whether this is accurate or not. But it seems like when people have shared contacts with me on via the message app, it doesn't pick up the notes section of the contact. If somebody's entered a phone number and an email and then put in under the notes section, type some text in, I'm not sure that gets shared. But again, I'd be curious to hear from others.
All right. I don't think any contacts that I have recently shared, I don't think I've put notes in them. So without trying, I don't have an answer for this one. I'm wondering if anyone else does. I know, for example, it won't take, like, if you have linked fields, like if you say so-and-so is the sister of this contact, it won't carry that over because the, the recipient may not have that other contact as well on their phone. But I am not sure about the notes. Does anyone happen to know? All right. Well, I guess that is a little bit of a homework assignment that that I can try it out and see what happens.
Maria, this is Bridget Dozier. Okay. I'm quite not understanding to a point. Now, I receive about 3 contact cards, and it will have say, like, for instance, iBUG have all the 3 numbers and all of that on it with commas and commas. I just hit that. So someone sent that to me. But now what you said, I sent a contact. Okay, I understand to a point, but I think the young man just said something about how do I put in a message if I want to send somebody a contact with a message? Is that what he was just saying, the young man before?
This is Sandhya.
Yes. Go ahead, Sandhya. Oh.
I think what she's trying to say is could she send a note saying, "Hey Joey, this is the contact card for Lily or whatever," so she wants to send a message with the contact. I think that's what she's saying.
Oh, yes, you definitely can, because when you go into the share sheet, so you go into your contact and you select share and then your message, it's just going to look like the same. You'll see the screen with your conversation with that person, and it'll be just your newest message will have that contact card part in it. But yes, you can absolutely double tap on it. It'll be editing and you can say what you want to say and then send the message. Okay. It just this example I gave, I didn't happen to say anything, so it was just the contact card, but I definitely could have.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. And thanks, Sandhya, for the clarification. And then back to Sandhya.
Thank you, Maria. Very good. All right, so back to our regularly scheduled program. Somebody new that has not asked a question, please say your piece.
Angelo,
go ahead, sir.
Well, first, is it legitimate to ask about WhatsApp?
Yes. I will not throw you in the waiting room. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, a friend of mine went to Europe, and they want to use WhatsApp to communicate with me. Oh. So I know nothing about it. So is it on the App Store? Is it part of Facebook? Is it accessible?
Okay, that's like 5 questions, but okay.
Right.
It's a compound question, huh, Maria? Okay. All right, who would like to go? Give a simple explanation, Janet.
This is Janet.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's in the App Store. Yes, it's accessible, and other than that, I don't know much about it. My husband uses it more than I do, so.
Pete.
All right, Pete, go.
Just to answer your other question, it is universal, so you can use it anywhere in the world. You probably, when they set up their account, Angelo, they'll probably need to put their country code in there to if they're going to be sending messages from another country to within internationally, you'll probably need to put in your country code when you set up your account.
Okay, now she's only there for a month. When she comes back here, she would change her country code?
No, I think it'll be fine. Just put it in there. I think it prompts you for that anyway.
Okay, so what is happening? Is she going to need to put my phone number into her WhatsApp, or?
Yeah, if she's going to be wanting to communicate with you, she would create a contact. There's a button, an element in the app that says if you want to talk to anyone in your iOS contacts, you can open it up to anyone in your iOS contacts. And if you're not in her contacts, then she'll just add you as a contact, just as if you're doing it in your iOS contacts. But you can talk to anybody in any country.
So just to further elucidate on that, so Angela, I mean, I don't know if you said you haven't used WhatsApp, so it's like you can call them, you can do video chat, you can do audio chat, you can do, send, text messages. There's just like, it's so amazing. So you're going to have a really good time. And
well, the thing is, I'm keeping her cat while she's there, and I think she will want a video of her cat. So.
Okay, there you go. Well, you better learn how to video so you can share the cat. Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Who better start
Karen.
Learning how to video the cat. Okay, go, Karen. Yeah.
Oh, 2 questions about Zoom. How do you do the gallery view? I can't find the setting anywhere. And how do you send messages? How do you set it up where the chat messages will, I think somebody said they can be emailed to you directly?
Okay, well,
after the meeting or something?
Yeah, okay. Regarding the gallery view, does anybody have any help for Karen? On your phone, you want to set up the gallery view.
I just want to see what it looks like. I'm not going to be able to see the images, but I just want to know where
you're kind of coming in and out. What, you wanted to see the images, or was that what you said?
Yeah, I said, I'm not going to leave it like that because I won't be able to benefit from it, but I just want to know where it is because I can't find it anywhere.
Right. So anybody know how to do gallery view on the phone? Okay, we'll have to hold off on that. And then as for messages, text, sending text messages within the Zoom when you're on a call,
the chat.
On a chat, the chat
when
feature.
People put stuff in the chat. How do you get that sent to yourself? Yeah.
Okay, how do you get that sent to you? Okay, does anybody use the chat feature? Because I know in this call we disable it, so it'll also kind of depend on...
I don't use it. Yeah, I don't use it, but people put like information in it, and I'm like, they're like, oh, I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat, and I'm like, well,
okay. Anybody use the chat and know how to retrieve information from there? I think it might be under more, and you can, I don't know, I rarely use it.
This is Maria.
Yeah.
Is the question of like how you can save the message or just to read it?
It might be a
when you're saying retrieve it.
Retrieve them, yeah, after the meeting. Somebody told me that you can get that whole chat.
Like you want to save the chat. Okay. Yeah, I haven't. I'm usually using it on the computer, so I don't actually remember how to do that on the iPhone.
Okay. It might be a homework for us again, Karen, because I've never done it. So.
This is Shri.
Go, Shri.
Typically, a 1-finger triple tap or long press usually brings like a copy feature. So you might try it on the chat itself, do a 1-finger triple tap.
Okay, so there we go.
Brad.
Go, Brad.
Well, I've done it before when it has like a URL or somebody's posted some other information, and I've flicked through it, and when I hear VoiceOver read it, I've done the 3-finger quadruple tap to copy the last spoken phrase to the clipboard, and that tends to do it. Similar to what Shri's talking about, I think.
All right, but like as far as getting all the messages in a whole chat, I don't know about that.
I can't remember. There's a place you open it, and it opens up a whole new window that's on top of the Zoom interface, and you can flick through the history of it. Okay. And then there's a place to type one.
All right, go Terry.
Like Maria, I use it on the computer more.
Right. Okay, go Terry Ann.
If you want to retrieve the messages after the fact, the Zoom call has to be set up by the host so that can happen. Otherwise, the only way you're going to save them is during the call. But once you end the call...
Hold on. Okay, keep going, Terry.
Once you end the call, then you cannot save or retrieve those that thread of Zoom messages.
All right. Okay, Karen, does that help? Hopefully. So basically, it's going to depend. Try to capture it, with the methods we talked about during the call, but whether you can get the whole thread is going to depend on how the call was set up. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Great question. Who's next?
This is Helene.
Go, Helene.
Is there anyone that knows about Good Maps Outdoors now that Soundscape is going to not be supporting from Microsoft anymore? I was trying to figure out Good Maps Outdoors, and there's a place in there that when you swipe around that it says contacts, and then somehow you can take your contact, someone from there, and you can put it into the Good Maps Outdoors, and it tells you how to get to your friend's house.
Okay. Anybody using that app? Good Maps Outdoor.
This is
Go,
Maria.
Maria.
So I need to play with it again. So it's I have that one. That's one that was Good Maps like acquired it from. It used to be like a Sendero Singai GPS, and if I remember correctly, the reason I wasn't using it is because either like the phone, did it have to be unlocked, or like it wasn't giving me a lot of certain info as it changed. I know there's a app called Good Maps. Oh, is it called Good Maps Explore, I believe? And I think it is more targeted to indoor navigation, but I feel like there is also, because I've used that for outdoor as well, and I feel like it's more reliably, even when my phone is locked, told me about things like, the street is changing, so it'll tell me the new street name, or that an intersection is coming up or some such. So I feel like I kind of have settled between that one and like Blind Squares right now as the two that are more reliable. I think I have Good Maps Outdoors on my phone, but I feel like I haven't used it in a while. So things may have changed, but that's why I would suggest checking out the Good Maps Explore if it should still be available.
All right. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, it's always good to have different, tools in the toolbox. So yeah, if you have different apps that do, are slightly better at one thing or another. So good
This
question.
is Helene.
Go, Helene.
Yeah. I don't think I understand what Maria said about unlocked and locked. Does that mean as you're walking and your screen gets locked? Is it what?
Correct. Yeah.
Maria?
Like. This is Maria. Yes. So like if as you're walking, if you don't want to worry about, having some option activate on your phone while it's in your purse or whatever, if you want to lock your phone, with Good Maps Explore, I have found, which is also a free app from the same company, that it will tell you when information changes. Okay, like your street crossing and a nearby POI and such.
This is Helene. I thought that Explore was more for indoors, not outdoors.
Right. This is Maria. Yeah, that's what I was saying, that they are kind of targeting it more, but it has worked for me because it used to be completely an outdoor way back when it was known under a different name. And so I have found that it will still give me, because it does plug into, I forget what its map sources are now. Is it Google or Apple or something? But it should.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was primarily it was a really good. I think it was Nextdoor, right?
Nearby Explorer or something. Explorer. It was. Yeah.
I paid a lot of money for it.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. I paid like $80.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, very good question, Helene. Good luck. Okay. All right, moving on. Who's next?
This is Deb from Kansas.
Hey, Deb. Go ahead,
Hi.
Deb. Hi.
I had a question about, if it's okay to ask it, about Bluetooth earphones.
Oh, perfect question.
If anybody had a thought, I always have trouble keeping those in my ears, and I don't know if there's a certain kind that are easier, or And I definitely don't want something that is that shuts the sound completely out. I definitely don't want that.
Okay. Well, I'll just do a shameless plug right now. We talked about a lot of headphones at the last Apple workshop, where it was our show and tell. So that was probably the most represented product on the roster. So definitely, if you have time, go back and listen to that. But just different kinds of headphones, one ear, both ears. Do they loop over the ear? How do they fit in your ear? So all those kind of questions were answered.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
definitely
I'll
check that out.
Thank you.
That was the most recent one, so it should be it's up there. But anybody have a quick recommendation for Deb that
This is
Jody. Whoa, Shri and then Jody go.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can also look at, we actually kind of talked about some of the glasses that have speakers built in, so you can wear your eyewear type of glasses with speakers, so your ears aren't blocked, but you still can hear.
Mm-hmm. Right, go Jody.
Yeah, I recommend the O'Keefe K23 earbuds. They're only they're on special for $29, and they have an ear hook that goes over your ear, and they're stereo independent, so you can use right, left, or together. And they do go in your ear, but because they have ear hooks, I will have them, a little bit outside my ear, because the hook will hold them in place. And the other thing you can do too is if you have and O'Keefe is spelled Okeefe. And if you, you can also get lanyards for some of the AirPods and things like that, so that you can plug them into the lanyard. So if they drop out of your ear, you don't lose them. So that's an option too.
Good. Yeah, definitely listen to it. We did talk a lot about this. We're not going to repeat all of that right now, but I hope you will have a chance to review that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Great question. Good luck. There's lots of fun stuff out there, so get your credit card ready. Okay, who's next? Who would like to go? New question.
This is David.
Go, David.
This is like a little oddity. It's not really it hasn't really affected my phone, but it's just something I don't know why it's on there. So sometimes when I'm unlocking my phone, or it's kind of going from lock to unlock mode, I'll be swiping around and I'll hear this little whoosh, like two swishes, like a Star Trek door or something, or
this is Shri.
And I don't know why it does that. I mean, it doesn't do it all the time. It's just every now and then it'll do that. And
this is Jody.
Okay, go ahead, Shri, and then Jody.
David, do you have reachability turned on your phone?
No,
because that sounds to me like a reachability, because that does that too when you're trying to swipe to the home screen and you'll hear the swish.
Well, I can check. I don't know. I mean, maybe I have it turned on by accident, but I never turn it on knowingly. Right. But I'll have to check.
And let's ask our Star Trek Queen. Go ahead, Star Trek Queen.
Star Trek Queen. I was going to say the same thing. Chances are it is turned on, because that's the only thing I can think of on your phone that goes swish.
Okay, good job. Thank you. Good question, David.
This is
yes?
Terry.
Go ahead.
It's probably on because it's the default setting when you get your phone. At least for me, it has been. I don't want to speak for every phone, but my phone said it's always been turned on when I got the phone. So, but you can turn it off.
All right.
Settings somewhere.
Good. Jody. Go, Jody.
Yeah, you want to go to the accessibility settings, and I think it might be under touch.
Okay, thank you. All right, next. Who's next? New question.
This is Ned.
Go, Ned.
Yes, this is a Facebook question. On Facebook, at the bottom of the screen, I have like my home, groups, watch, and then notifications. And when I click on notifications, sometimes I'll find like a notification on a piece of real estate or an article from the newspaper. Can those be deleted?
All right. So the question is, how do you deal with you only want to hear about what your friends are doing or whatever.
Right. I don't want to hear about appliances or real estate or.
Okay. So guys, anybody here a Facebook user that can explain what to do about those
This
other
is Herbie.
Go, Herbie.
Okay. So first of all, That's how Facebook makes its money, so you're not going to completely get rid of them. Now, what you can do is when you come across ads, you could at least swipe down to like the more info, or you can do a bring up the context menu with a one finger or a triple tap, and you can hide the ad, and you can explain why you're hiding the ad, like marking it as irrelevant, and they will try to do a little bit more customizations, but that is the nature of the beast with Facebook, is that that's how they make their money. The other thing you can do though is in the more tab, there's a lot of ways you can view Facebook. Like you can go to like one of the options is recents, and I want to say that also eliminates the ads in that particular tab, but I don't often use it, so I'm not completely sure, but it's something to try.
This is
All right.
Pete.
Go, Pete.
Yeah. Ned, you wanted to get rid of them from your notifications list, right?
Yes.
I would go into my Facebook menu tab, which should be the bottom right of all of those tabs at the bottom, and go into Facebook menu and look into settings, and you should find a setting that will allow you to control what types of issues go into notifications, into your actual notifications. I know you can probably manipulate that to some extent. I'm not sure which exact setting it would be under the Facebook menu, but do a little looking under the Facebook menu, and I think you'll find something there, because I've altered those to some extent in the past.
All right. Good. I hope that gets you started, Ned. Very good. All right. I kind of have a follow-up kind of to what Ned is saying. It'll say, Joe, Joe and Paul and all these other people liked it. I mean, what does a person get out of that? I mean, is there some benefit to liking something, or is it just telling me that they liked it, or what? Does the person who likes it get a benefit, or it's just part of the whole advertising game?
This is Terry.
Go, Terry.
Yes, in some cases, they do get some benefit out of that, because it tells them that people like their product that they're advertising on Facebook. And I think they can get some, in some cases, they might even get some financial benefit, but I don't know those circumstances of how that works. But they really like, no pun intended, you to like their ad, because that tells Apple that, or I mean, Amazon or whoever has Facebook now, that you really like this product and it's really popular, and so they should keep carrying their ads, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, yeah, Meta is the owner.
Meta, that's it. Yep.
Okay, very good.
And that happens with podcasts too.
All right. Okay, Jody, and then we're moving on. Go.
Yeah, I think that what happens too is if you like a product, then that's going to cue them in on your likes and dislikes, and then they'll send more stuff to you under the same category.
All right. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Next question. Okay.
This is Debbie, and I just have a couple of comments.
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
On the headphones, I recently tried bone conduction headphones, and I didn't think I'd like them, but I really do. They've got shocks, and there are several different ones. You can search on Amazon, but like you said, I'll have to go back and listen to try to find what you all did on the headphones, but that's a comment I had on that. And I've not on the Good Maps Explorer. I've just done out, like where it tells, like I think Maria said, where it would tell you like what you're coming up to and what you're passing and things like that. But I actually haven't tried to put an address into it to try to go someplace.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Debbie. Okay, very good. Who's next?
Arlene.
Go, Miss Arlene.
I'm just wondering, the meeting on Saturday night, did you say it's about Bard?
Oh, this Saturday, yes, it will be the iBUG Cafe, and I'll go over all the events at the end of the meeting, but yeah, it will be on Saturday from 4 to 6 about Bard and Audible. apps. Okay.
Okay. As I've been trying to get the book for the book club on Thursday, and I'm having a really hard time. I think I'm supposed to be on the website to get the book, not in recently downloaded or most popular, right?
Who would like to? Yeah, who would like to help?
Jody.
Go. Okay, Pete, go.
Actually, I did a demo for the Bard app that will be played on Saturday afternoon. But you can get it on the app. You can go into the search into under the Get Books tab at the bottom. Go to the search element, which is the first one when you get to the Get Books screen, and you can type in the title if you prefer. Be sure if you're typing in searching for a title of a book, put it in quotations, put a quote before it and after it, and then go down and select, you get a category to select as to what you want to search for. You can search for keywords, you can search for titles. In this case you would select title, type in the title of the book with a quote before it and after it, and it'll give it to you exactly. You don't need the website.
Okay, so Miss Arlene, I hope that
Okay.
helps because you have some reading to do before Thursday.
I
lady.
do.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Okay, quickly, Jody, go.
Okay. It used to be you went to the website, but now in Bard 2.0 you go to you search within the app. You don't have to go to the website anymore, and the search is really terrific. If you want, you can search for the DB number for the book if you can't find it by title, and the DB number is 106298.
All right, very good. Okay, thank you. Okay, next. Who's going next?
Second round now?
Yeah, go ahead, Liz.
Okay, the spoken content under settings and accessibility, where you can do a 2-finger swipe down to get it to read what's on your screen. Sometimes it doesn't read the whole like email or the whole web page that you opened. Is there something I'm not doing right on that?
Are you using VoiceOver? I mean, because
Not yet.
Okay, yeah. So that's because we typically here deal with VoiceOver, but if anybody has a quick answer for her, because with VoiceOver the gestures are definitely, you would do a 2-finger swipe and it would read. 2-finger swipe down, and it would read. But I don't know the answer to that question. Anybody quickly about spoken screen thing? Okay, so yeah.
This is Shri.
Go, Shri.
Yeah, I think the only gesture you have in that is just a 2-finger swipe down. It's just supposed to read. Ones that I played around with, it read the whole document. Not sure why yours stopped, but that's the only gesture that I'm aware of that you could do that in there.
All right. Thank you, Shri. Okay, who's next? New question. So yeah, it's always, just remember the focus of what we do here is voiceover. So, and definitely encourage, anybody here that's still learning or wants help with their voiceover to definitely fill out the application and be a part of our mentoring program. So
this is Shri.
Okay, go Shri.
I was just going to say quickly, if you wanted to have it read everything, just turn voiceover on and do a 2-finger swipe up, and it'll read from beginning to end.
Okay.
This is Helene.
Hey, go quickly, Helene.
Oh, it's an Apple Watch question.
Go ahead.
I had someone was trying to help me count my steps on the Apple Watch. So she changed the way my watch face looks, but I still can't figure out. Shri was going to research that with the Apple Watch, and I don't know about the fitness. So, is there a way for my Apple Watch to count my steps?
Right. We've kind of talked about this, so we may have to table that one because we are at the end of the call. Shri, do you have any quick answers? Probably not. This may have to be a...
Do you have the activity thing on the your Apple Watch turned on?
Yes.
I'll take a look and let you know next week.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, so we are at the end. So Maria, thank you so much for helping me to facilitate tonight.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone for asking great questions and giving good comments. We covered a lot of ground.
Yes, and we are so lucky because it's Maria's birthday and she's working on her birthday to help us navigate this crazy thing called technology. So thank you, Maria. All right, so real quick recap of what's coming up this week. We got a busy week. So tomorrow is Mac Buzz on Clubhouse, 5 to 6 time Central. Then Thursday, the Vila Book Club at 6:30 Central, talking about The Maid, a novel, DB 106298. And everybody, including Miss Arlene, better get started now. It's 9 hours and 40 minutes. Don't read it at night because you'll never go to sleep. Okay. That's what happened to me. Okay. Then Friday night, iBUG Night of the Virtual Movies. We got a classic. I mean, an absolute classic called Singing in the Rain. And I believe it's from 1950. I can't say. 1956, I believe, but I'm not sure.
1952.
52. Thank you, Brad. Of course you would know. So, yes, it's a great movie. Wanted to see this for so long. So bring your raincoat and come and join us well, Ned's already with his raincoat. Right, Ned? You ready to go? Okay.
I've got my raincoat.
And the scarf.
Better than those Arabian horses.
Okay. All
you
right.
won't have to feed the raincoat.
Okay, hold on. Getting ahead of us. Okay, so with that, we are going to say, I think I've forgotten something, but wait. So Friday's the movie. Saturday is the cafe from 4 to 6, talking about the Audible app and Bard app, and those are going to be very in-depth, okay? So come along and come and absorb all of that information that they are going to impart to you. And then we're off Sunday, and then we'll be back here next Monday once again. Okay? So with that, we're going to say good night. And then if you want to stick around, we have a song. Whoops.
Birthday, Maria.
Oh, thank you.
Happy